Okay, dear students, welcome back to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir. This is the 12th session on the topic of vectors. In this session we are going to just see some few problems. This is a short session. We are going to see some important and some few problems on the topic of addition and subtraction of vectors. Okay, so let us begin with this problem, students. So let us see first problem. A vector A is turned through theta by about its initial point, then the magnitude of change in vector, that is mod of delta A bar, is option A 0, option B 2A theta, option C 2A sin theta by 2, option D 2A cos theta by 2, where A is called as the magnitude of A vector, students. Okay, students. So now let us see, students, let us take a vector. Okay, let us take this vector. Suppose let us say this is x-axis, let us say this is y-axis, and let us take one vector. Okay, initially suppose let us say that vector is along x-axis, students. Okay, let us say this is called as x-axis, this is called as positive y-axis, and let us say this is called as a vector, which is the given initial vector. Now they didn't mention where it is, but just we are taking it initially on the positive x-axis. Now when this vector a bar is turned through an angle theta, now we are turning this vector by an angle theta about its initial point. That means keeping the initial point here only, we are just turning it like this by an angle of theta. Then what is the magnitude of change in the vector? Okay, students. So that means suppose let us say if it has turned by this much, students. Okay, if it has turned by an angle of theta. Okay, students. Now this is it a new vector, students, or not? Definitely new vector. Why? Because although magnitude wise it is same, but the direction wise it is different, so therefore it is a new vector, students. Let us call it as some a1, students. This is a a1, students, whose magnitude is same as a bar, but direction wise it is different, because direction wise a bar is along positive x-axis, whereas a1 is between positive x-axis and positive y-axis. So they are different vectors, students. So one of the famous question is when a vector is rotated, will the vector change? Definitely it will change, not in terms of magnitude but in terms of direction. Okay, students, just by rotating a vector the direction is changing, so therefore vector will change. Okay, students, now they are asking the magnitude of change in the vector. Okay, change in vector. In one of the session I told how to calculate change in velocity, change in displacement, change in acceleration is nothing but final minus initial. Always remember, students, change is nothing but final minus initial. That change can be change in velocity, then it will be final velocity minus initial velocity. Change in acceleration means final acceleration minus initial acceleration. So change means final minus initial. Here change in vector means final vector minus change in vector means final vector minus initial vector, students. Initial vector. So now let us see, students, final vector is nothing but what, students? A1 vector minus a vector, students. Now this is called as the change in vector, students. Now we have to calculate the magnitude of this change in vector, students. Now let us call this as some B, students. This is called as B vector. Change in vector is B vector. So B vector is equal to A1 minus A bar. Okay, students. Now actually here okay, students. Now this B vector can be written as, students, B vector is equal to, I can write it as A1 vector plus of minus A vector, students. Is it correct or not? Whenever we have to subtract two vectors, we should take it as the addition of negative vector. Correct or not, students? So that means we have to add A1 vector and minus A vector. So now according to the diagram, I have A1 vector in the same direction, students. A1 I'll keep it as like that only. So that means A1 vector will be like this only. This is called as A1 vector. Now plus of minus A vector, students. Minus A vector means what, students? This is A vector. This is the A vector. Minus A vector will be which side, students? It will be definitely opposite to it. This is called as minus of A vector, students. Okay, so when you want to add these students, when you want to add these two, according to parallelogram law, we just have to draw one parallelogram and then we have to use the parallelogram formula, that is r square is equal to b square plus c square, r square equal to p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta, or anything, c square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Now here when we are adding these two by parallelogram law, we should make sure that the two tails are touching each other. Definitely they are touching. Now only thing is you just have to form one parallelogram, students, that's all. If you make one parallelogram, then directly we can calculate. Now if you make one parallelogram like this, okay students, and now the diagonal of this parallelogram is nothing but called as this one resultant, which is called as b bar, students. Okay, so now we have to calculate the magnitude of this b bar, students. So therefore what is the, according to parallelogram's formula, what is this magnitude, students? B is equal to root over a1 square plus a square plus 2 into a1 into a into cos of, what is the angle between these two, students? Now vector, what is this angle, students? What is this angle? This angle is theta, so therefore this angle will be 180 minus theta. So cos of 180 minus theta, students. So that is, now these two magnitude wise they are same. Suppose if a is equal to 2, then a1 is also 2 only, no students. So let us keep it as a, students. Instead of 2 we will keep it as a. So a square plus 2a square, what is cos of 180 minus theta, students? Minus of cos theta. So therefore we can write it as that is equal to root over 2a square minus 2a square cos theta, students. So if you take common as, next slide I am writing, that is equal to root over 2a square, if you take out common, 1 minus cos theta, students. Okay, you can see here root over 2a square I am taking common, 2a square inside root I am taking common 2a square, so 1 minus cos theta. So that is equal to root over 2a square into, what is 1 minus cos theta, students? Actually in the basic maths I forgot to tell this point, students, but you can note down. This is a very important formula where cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1 or 1 minus 2 sin square theta, students. Always remember, either of these two formulas are applicable. Cos 2 theta equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. Here if it is 2 theta means here theta, and same way here if it is 2 theta means here also theta. Okay, students. Now from this I will use cos. Here they have given cos, student, 1 minus cos theta. So therefore what we can do is we can use the second equation, students. This please note down this formula, students. This is very very important. This formula is very very important. Okay, students. So now I'll tell you, now I'll use the second equation, students, where cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta, or I can write it as 2 sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. Here I have 1 minus cos theta, student. So therefore here now I have cos 2 theta, but I can write it as, if it here 2 theta means theta, students. If I want theta means 1 minus cos theta means, then this will become theta by 2, students. So 2 sin square theta by 2. Always remember, students, if here 2 theta means theta, here theta means theta by 2, half. Okay, so therefore 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin square theta by 2. So 2 sin square theta by 2. So that is equal to root over 4a square sin square theta by 2, or we can write it as 2a sin theta by 2. So this is the answer, students. So 2a sin theta by 2, that means our answer is this one, option C. I hope, students, you understood this one. Basically here nothing we have done. Basically this is a subtraction of vectors, but of course little trigonometry at the end you have to use, that's all. So basically you should understand, whenever they are asking change means final minus initial. So minus means subtraction, which we can which is nothing but addition of negative vector, students. So when we are taking addition of negative vector, you have to be careful with the angle, students. Now here angle is the angle between a1 and minus a vector. Angle is between the a1 and minus a vector. So therefore minus a vector, when you reverse it, its angle will be 180 minus theta. So therefore you have to use little trigonometry and then you will get the answer. Okay. Now let us see one more problem, students. Consider two unit vectors a bar and b bar inclined at an angle of theta. Two unit vectors, students. That means their magnitude is how much, students? Two unit vectors means their magnitude is 1. Okay. At an angle of theta. Now prove that a bar plus b bar equal to 2 cos theta by 2, a bar minus b bar equal to 2 sin theta by 2. So let us see, students, here. Suppose let us say we have two vectors. Okay, students. Let us say these two vectors are at an angle of, so this is let us say a bar. Let us say this is a bar and let us say this is b bar inclined at an angle of theta. Now they are asking what is the, and their magnitudes is 1, students. Its magnitude is, a vector magnitude is 1, b vector magnitude is 1. Now they are asking us to prove that a bar, magnitude of a bar plus b bar. Okay, students. Magnitude of a bar plus b bar means it is nothing but the magnitude of the resultant. Resultant, how will you get, students? By completing the parallelogram. So if you complete the parallelogram, like this, students, if you complete the parallelogram and then if you draw the diagonal, that is called as the resultant of a bar plus b bar, students. Okay, suppose let us say this is called as c bar. Okay, students. So first one we'll write as c bar is equal to a bar plus b bar. Okay, students. Now magnitude of c bar is nothing but magnitude of a bar plus b bar, which is equal to root over a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, students. 2ab cos theta. So that is equal to, we know they told that they are unit vectors, that means magnitude is 1. So 1 square plus 1 square plus 2 into 1 into 1 into, what is the angle between a and b, students? Theta only. So that is equal to how much, students? 2 plus 2 cos theta. Again here 2 into under root, if you take out 2 common, 1 plus cos theta, students. Okay. So 1 plus cos theta means again we have to use that is equal to root over 2 into 1 plus cos theta. Now what is 1 plus cos theta, students? Here you can go back here. I gave two formulas, students, for cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta is equal to, that means cos of 2 times of angle is equal to 2 times of cos square theta minus 1 or 1 minus 2 sin square theta. Now here I will use the first one, students. Cos 2 theta equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. So we have the cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1 or 1 minus 2 sin square. Here I can write it as 2 cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta. Okay, see here, students, here 2 theta means theta should be there. Now here if I make it as 1 plus cos of theta, then how much here should be, students? 2 cos square theta by 2. Okay, this formula you will learn in mathematics, students. Okay, so I can replace 1 plus cos theta as 2 cos square theta by 2. So 2 into 2 cos square theta by 2. So that is equal to root over 4 cos square theta by 2. That is equal to 2 times of cos theta by 2. So this is the answer, students. So 2 cos theta by 2 is the proof, means the magnitude of a bar plus b bar is equal to. Now what is the magnitude of a bar minus b bar, students? What is the magnitude of a bar minus b bar? That should be equal to 2 sin theta by 2. Now let us see, students, magnitude of a bar minus b bar. Now here what we have to do is, students, a bar, we want magnitude of a bar minus b bar should be proved as how much, students? 2 sin theta by 2. That is what we have to prove it. Okay, students. Now as usual, students, first we have taken the vectors as one is a bar unit vector, another one is b bar. correct or not, students? This is A bar whose magnitude is 1, this is B bar whose magnitude is 1. Okay, now this angle is theta. Now they are asking us to prove this one, magnitude of A bar minus B bar. Now let us say that is C bar. C bar is equal to A bar minus B bar. Now whenever subtraction is there, we should always take it as what, students? Plus of minus B bar, students. So basically what we have to do is we have to reverse the B vector, students. We have to reverse the B vector. Here we have to reverse the B vector, students, like this. Okay, students. So this is called as minus B vector, students. This is called as minus B vector, or otherwise I'll draw it as vector. This is called as minus B vector, students. Now we have to add these two vectors, students. So therefore this is the C vector. So this is called as C vector. Now its magnitude. Now its magnitude C vector, magnitude of C vector is equal to magnitude of A vector plus of minus B vector, students. Okay, magnitude of A vector is equal to magnitude of C vector is equal to magnitude of A bar plus of minus of B bar. So that is equal to root over A square plus B square plus 2AB. Here I told you to in the previous session, students, here when you are already reversing the direction, here we should not substitute minus B and minus B here, students. Okay, so into cos of, now what is the angle between A bar and minus B bar, students? What is the angle between A bar and minus B bar? What is this angle, students? 180 minus theta. So cos of 180 minus theta, students. So that is equal to root over, we know what is the magnitude of A, students? B also 1. So plus 2 times of 1 into minus of cos of 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. So we can write it as 2 minus 2 cos theta, students. So this implies that is equal to, if I take inside root 2 common, 1 minus cos theta, students. So that is equal to root over 2 into, what is 1 minus cos theta, students? I think in the previous slide we have already used. In the first one, 1 minus cos theta. 1 minus cos theta is what, students? 2 sin square theta by 2. So 2 sin square theta by 2. So 2 sin square theta by 2. So that is equal to root over 4 sin square theta by 2. That is equal to 2 sin theta by 2. So therefore this is the answer, students. 2 sin theta by 2. So I hope, students, you understood how to calculate the, here only trigonometry is there, that's why I did not teach these examples in the beginning. Okay, but as we are progressing, we should know the what you call some trigonometric relations also, because physics means half of the part of physics is actually mathematics. So without mathematics we cannot actually solve some problems in physics. So that's why I am teaching at the end. Okay, students, so therefore this is the problem. And next problem, example 3. A particle undergoes 3 successive displacements in a plane. The first time it moves 4 meters southwest, the second time 5 meters east, and the third time 6 meters in the direction 60 degrees north of east. Draw a vector diagram and find the total displacement of particle from the starting point. Actually this problem is simple problem, students, but the reason why I have taken this one is to tell you about the direction, students. Okay, suppose let us say, for example, students, for example, we have directions, normal directions we have. Before solving this problem, I am telling about the direction, students, and this is the reason for which I have taken this problem. This problem itself is very simple, students. Okay, now we have standard direction, students. For example, this is the north, this is the north, this is called south, this is called as east, this is called as west. Okay, students, so these are the standard directions, students. And now whenever they say northeast, students, okay, whenever they say that northeast, then the direction would be, northeast means in between, students. So therefore it should be drawn in between, students, like this. This is called as northeast, students. So north east, and this angle will always be 45, students. This angle also will be 45. Okay, and if they say northwest, students, and if they say northwest, students, this is called as northwest. This is called as northwest, and here also angle is 45. Whenever we say northwest means it will be inclined equally to both the axes, students, means both the directions, north and west. And similarly, suppose let us say we have this one, students. This is what, students? It is lying between east and south. So this is called as southeast, students. This is called as southeast. So this is also 45. This is also 45. And this one, students, what is this one? This is lying between southwest. So this is called as southwest, students. Southwest. Here also this angle is 45. So whenever we say like this, the angles are clearly known. They won't mention it. When they say northeast means it is equally inclined to north and east, students. Okay, students. Now here comes another direction, students. Sometimes they will give, suppose let us say this is north, this is east, this is south, this is west, students. Sometimes directions they will say as 30 degrees north of east. Okay, 30 degrees north of east, students. So whenever they say 30 degrees north of east, first we should always see this one, students, east. So that means you have to start from east. So north of east, that means first you have to see east. East is this side, students. East is this side. So 30 degrees. So from here 30 degrees. Towards which side, students? North. So therefore towards north. So this is the vector, students. This vector is this one, 30 degrees north of east, students. North of east. For example, let us say they say 60 degrees south of west, south of east, let us say. Then what you have to do, students? First we have to see east and 60 degrees to south. That means from east, first always you should see last direction, students, east. So start from east and measure how much angle, students? 60 degrees towards south, because south of east. So therefore this vector is this one, students, south of east. Okay, suppose if they say, students, 45 degrees south of west, students. So first what we have to do, students? First we have to start from west. Start from west. And which side you have to go? South. So from west you should go to south. By how much angle? 45. So if you draw 45, then this vector is called as 40 degrees south of east. I hope, students, south of west. So whenever the directions are given like this, first always start from the last direction, west here, east here, east. Then go towards the first direction. By what angle? That will be mentioned in the question, students. So this is the reason for which I have taken this problem, students. I hope you understood how to tell. Okay, now let us go back to the problem, students, our original problem. A particle undergoes 3 successive displacements in a plane. The first time it moves 4 meters southwest. Southwest means what, students? Here like this. This is called as southwest, students. 4 meters. The second time 5 meters east. East means directly we know. Okay, students. East means directly we know. And the third time 6 meters in the direction 60 degrees north of east. North of east means what, students? North of east. North of east means from east towards north by an angle of 30 degrees or 60 degrees. I hope, students, you understood this question. Now let us see, students, how to solve this problem. Suppose this is the diagram, students. This is the north, this is the south, this is the east, this is the west. Okay, so first one they are telling that first time it moves 4 meters southwest. Southwest means directly we can tell, students. Let us say we start from here. southwest. Southwest means exactly this one, students. How much, students? This is 4 meters southwest. 4 meters southwest. This is 4 meters south. That means here angle should be 45 immediately, students, because they won't mention. Southwest means it is always equally inclined to south and west. Next one, students, after traveling 4 meters southwest, the second time 5 meters east. 5 meters east means from their successive displacement, no, students. So 5 meters east. 5 meters east means from there, like this, students. So this is 5 meters, students, exactly. And then from there 5 meters, the third time 6 meters in the direction of 60 degrees north of east. 6 meters in the direction of 60 degrees north of east, students. 60 degrees north of east. North of east means first we have to start from east. So basically this is east only, students. Right now this is east only. North of east means basically this is the east, students, east. So from here 30 degrees 60 degrees north of east means like this, students. This is called as 60 degrees. This is north of east, towards north like this. Okay, students. So how much distance he has traveled? 6 meters. 6 meters here. So this is 6 meters, students. So now finally what is the finally what is the displacement, students? That's what they're asking basically. What is the displacement? Draw the vector diagram and find the total displacement of the particle from the starting point. So this is just a simple resolution method. Just you have to add the final displacement, means basically the final vector, students. So the final, this is the starting point, this is the ending point, student. This is the starting point, this is the final point. Okay, students. So you just have to draw the line from here to here. So this is called as the displacement, students. This is called as the displacement. So I hope, students, you can easily calculate this one. This is nothing but just you have to add 3 vectors. Suppose let us say this vector is P, this vector is Q, this vector is R. Now let us say this vector is S. So therefore you are asked to calculate what is S. S is nothing but P bar plus Q bar plus R bar. I hope you know, students. P bar you can easily write 4 cos 40. I am writing directly now. 4 cos 45, 4 by root 2 I cap plus minus of 4 by minus 4 by root 2 I cap minus 4 by root 2 J cap, because both x component and y component are negative. Then Q bar, students, I am writing directly 5 I cap plus what is R bar, students? You can easily write 6 cos 60. 6 cos 60 means how much, students? Half. So 3 I cap plus 6 sin 60. That means 6 into root 3 by 2. 3 root 3 J cap. So directly you can add these two I components, 4 by root 2 plus 5, 4 by root 2 plus 5 plus 3 into I cap plus 3 root 3 minus 4 by root 2 J cap, students. So this will be the answer. Of course, as I told you in the beginning, students, this problem is simple, but just for telling about the directions, I have taken this problem. Okay. So that is about this one. And next one, a bird moves with a velocity of 20 meters per second in a direction, making an angle of 60 degrees with the eastern line and 60 degrees with the vertically upwards. Represent velocity vector in rectangular form. Rectangular form is nothing but called as component form. Rectangular form is nothing but called as component form, students. Okay. So now let us see, students. First of all, this is based on directional cosines, students. This is based on directional cosines. Okay. This is based on directional cosines. Okay. Where cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma are called as the directional cosines. Now we have, suppose let us say V vector is equal to V cos alpha I cap plus V cos beta J cap plus V cos gamma K cap. That is called as the actually this is the vector form, students. This is the vector form of that. Okay, students. So basically here they have given cos alpha. Why? Because it is making V is given as how much, students? V is 20 meters per second. Now cos alpha is given as how much, students? Here alpha value is given, that is 60 degrees with eastern line. 60 degrees with the eastern line, students. 60 degrees with the eastern line. 60 degrees with eastern line means, suppose let us say if I take this as the x axis and this as the y axis and this as the z axis. Okay, students, this is x axis, this is the x axis, students. This is positive x axis, this is positive y axis, and this is positive z axis. And whenever you take something like this, this is alpha, this is beta, this is gamma. This is gamma. So therefore here they told that eastern line, suppose let's say if you take this as the eastern line, that is equal to alpha is given as cos 60. So therefore cos 60 is half, and with eastern line, and 60 degrees with vertically upwards. Here vertically upwards means not y axis, students. Here vertically upwards means z axis, actually z axis, because it will lie like this. So therefore they have given gamma value, students. So cos gamma is equal to cos of 60, that is equal to again half. Now you have to calculate beta, students. So beta value we don't know. What is cos beta? We don't know. So for that you have to calculate the value of cos beta by using the properties of directional cosine, students. So what is the one of the property of directional cosine, students? Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. So therefore here cos square alpha, that means cos alpha here they gave as how much, students? 1 by 2. So therefore you can easily calculate as 1 by 2 whole square plus 1 by that is 1 by 4 plus cos square beta plus 1 by 4 is equal to 1. So therefore cos square beta is equal to half, or cos beta is equal to 1 by root 2, which means again beta is also, of course 45 we don't need, but here cos beta value we got as 1 by root 2. So therefore we can write down the vector as V is equal to, V vector is equal to 20 cos alpha, that is 1 by 2 y cap, plus 20 cos beta, which is nothing but 1 by root 2 j cap, plus 20 cos gamma 1 by 2 k cap. So this is the answer, students. Okay, and last one, students, this is find T1 and T2, where there is a rope here, students, and for this rope there is a knot here. To this knot there is one more rope tied to this wall, and there is a weight of some 3 Newton, students, which is hanged. Now there will be some tensions in the strings T1 and T2, and they are given this angle as 30 degrees. Now what is the value of T1 and T2, students? So here you have to apply Lami's theorem, students. In the basic maths I told one theorem that is called as Lami's theorem, students, or sine rule. Okay, so where you just have to know opposite angles. Suppose here for T1 what is the opposite angle, students? For T1 90 degrees. Similarly for T2 you have to calculate opposite angle, and similarly for 3 Newtons you have to calculate the opposite angle. So accordingly, so T1 by sine of, what is the opposite angle for T1, students? Directly 90 is equal to T2 divided by opposite angle is equal to T3 divided by opposite angle, students. So here you can see, students, if you draw one vertical line, if this is 30, this is also vertical, so vertically opposite angle this is 30, and already this is 90. So that means total how much, students? This total angle is 90 plus 30, 120. So if this is 120, if this is 90, 90 plus 120, 210. So 360 minus 210, 150. So the other angle is 150. So T2 opposite angle is how much, students? T2 opposite angle is 150. So therefore sine of 150 divided by is equal to T3 by T3. T3 is how much, students? Here T3 is given as 3 Newtons, students. 3 Newtons. Opposite angle of 3. Opposite angle of 3 is sine of 120, students. So now you know the value of T1 by sine 90 is 1, T2 we don't know, T2 by sine 150. Sine 150 we can write as how much, friends? Sine 90 plus 30, or you can write as cos also. Okay, so you can calculate that value, and then T3 is 3 by sine 120. This also you can easily calculate, and from this you will get the value of T1 and T2 as 2 root 3 and root 3 newtons. So you can do this simple problem, students. So I hope, students, you understood what I have given until now. Basically, until now whatever we discussed is just only addition and subtraction of vectors using triangle law, parallelogram law, and resolution of vectors, and of course subtraction of vectors, which is nothing but addition of vectors. So by this I hope you understood this topic, and from the next session I am going to start new topic that in vectors only, that is called as product of vectors, which is two types: dot product and cross product. So next video will be based on those multiplication of vector, students. Thank you very much, students. Please practice the material which I have given, the homework in the material, that is 1 to 51, students, and if possible you can practice from other books also, students. Thank you very much.